to GenKids!
The Himalayas, the roof of the world, a place of eternal beauty and silent power. These rivers
are the
lifeline of communities, but they are changing. Communities depend on mountains, from water to transportation. Here, in the high border regions, a silent threat is forming in the glacial lakes. The terrain amplifies every event, changing forces into powerful forces. It is the last peaceful moment before the mountain begins to speak. High above the valleys, the ice and rock that have stood for centuries are becoming unstable. Steep slopes and changing conditions create a fragile balance that is starting to tip. To understand what happens next, we have to look at the anatomy of the mountain itself. The first movement is silent, a slow release of energy stored for ages. Then, the threshold is crossed. A section of the mountain itself begins to give way. Accelerating with gravity, the collapse gains power as it descends into the valley below. Millions of tons of debris move in a relentless mass, transforming the landscape in seconds. The moment of impact. The river is forced from its course as the debris takes its place. It is no longer just water. It is a dense, powerful mixture of mountain and river. The debris creates a temporary blockage, an unstable dam that holds back the power of the river. Behind the barrier, the pressure builds. It is a ticking clock for those downstream. In an instant, the barrier fails. The energy is released as a massive flash flood. The first surge. A dense mixture of water, earth, and debris, moving with incredible speed. Within minutes, the river rises to levels never before seen in this valley. Observations reported an extremely rapid river level increase, far faster than a normal flood. The lifelines of the mountains, the bridges, are suddenly under threat from the rising torrent. The force of the water is absolute, severing connections between communities in an instant. Settlements in the path of the water face an immediate crisis. Roads become impassable. The river reclaims the valley floor.
We need to stay away from the river and move to safety.
Clear communication and quick action become the priorities for survival.
Even for those observing from safety, the speed of the disaster is overwhelming.
This is happening so fast.
A landscape transformed. The power of the mountain has been unleashed across the valley.
As the surge passes, the true scale of the impact begins to emerge from the mud.
Communities now face the long journey of recovery
and rebuilding.
Beyond the physical damage, the uncertainty for those still uncontactable remains the heaviest burden.
Travelers and residents alike find themselves isolated as the mountain's infrastructure is severed. International cooperation becomes vital as updates on the safety of all nationals are prioritized. In every corner of the valley, families wait for the news that will allow them to begin their recovery. Damaged infrastructure makes communication difficult, adding to the challenge of the rescue mission.
The cost of the disaster is seen in every broken path and every silent home.
But they are not alone. Professional rescue teams are on the ground, beginning the difficult work of recovery. From the air, the scale of the challenge is clear. But so is the reach of the rescue mission.
Watch your step and follow me, please. Thank you so much for everything. Step right inside the cabin.
Every evacuation is a step towards safety and reunion. The search is thorough and respectful. Teams work through the debris to ensure no one is left behind.
Medical assistance provides a vital safety net for those injured or displaced by the rising waters.
Beyond medical care, the distribution of essential supplies brings immediate relief to affected communities. Every hand helps. The GenKids join the effort to organize and distribute hope. From above, we see a global community coming together to stand with the people of the Himalayas. To understand the power of this event, we must look at the chain of natural occurrences.
Gravity transforms potential energy into kinetic force, sending millions of tons of material downward.
When this mass hits the river, it displaces the water instantly, creating a wave that races through the channel. The unique geography of the Himalayas, high peaks and narrow gorges, concentrates the flood's energy. A chain of natural events can transform a mountain collapse into a devastating flash flood. In a changing world, the ice and rock of these mountains are facing new and increasing pressures.
Glacier retreat is a complex process, one that scientists are watching closely as it reshapes the mountain landscape.
This chain of hazards means that a change high on the peak can have consequences far down the valley. The investigation continues. Scientists are working to understand the exact combination of factors that led to this event. In the aftermath, the priority is monitoring. Teams remain on the ground to watch for further instability. Every ripple and change in the water level is recorded, providing the data needed for early warning. Safety starts with awareness. Always follow official warnings and stay clear of dangerous flood zones. In the hardest times, the strength of the community is the most powerful resource of all. The work of rebuilding is underway. Step by step, the valley is returning to life.
Disasters can change lives in moments.
But people can stand together and rebuild.